Welcome to Psychiatry in Motion. Now, a few things you ought to keep in mind when you come to us. Before your appointment, we need to have your information set. That means your consent forms, your credit card information, and your intake forms. If we don't have your intake forms, we're going to spend the first little while kind of getting an idea and asking you the questions. We're still going to ask you the same questions, but if we have them to review beforehand, we have an idea of what we're going to be talking to you about. If you don't have your consent form signed, we can't see you. If you don't have your credit card on file, we can't secure your appointment because people cancel, life happens. This is New York. Stuff happens. We get it. Once we do that, you got your insurance card if you're using insurance. If you're doing private pay, you're going to be able to jump the line, but also be able to kind of see us immediately and not have an insurance trail. Additionally, once you come see us, you download Spruce, you get a door code to how to get into this office. And at the same time, you're able to contact all of us at the same time. It's like a group chat for you, for the entire team, instead of just one person at a time seeing it and maybe messaging somebody else. It gets a little funky. Trust us. Now, when you do come see us, you're probably going to see Rebecca and Sandra first, and then they're going to come talk to me, and then they present, and then we'll come in and talk about your intake and talk about how we can help you achieve the 3 goals you set out for yourself to do on your appointment. And ultimately, we're going to work at your speed. Oftentimes, because people have complicated stories, or we don't want to rush to just say, hey, here's a medication that's going to help you with this, because that is not how we practice. We may have to do another session within usually the same week or the week after to kind of get things settled, because we don't want to say, hey, take this medication or do this without you fully understanding how that involves you and having your say and input about something, because you're going to have questions. And instead of trusting Dr. Google or ChatGPT or Claude or whoever you're using, you might as well get it from somebody and the team who spent a lot of time in school nerding things out and learning things out. Now, after the fact, we may ask you, and if you're pleased with us, to leave us a review. If there's any feedback, anything we can improve upon, let us know. What we want you to do as well is to make sure you have your follow-up appointment booked. I'm probably going to forget to ask you about that. I may tell you book back in a week, but let's be honest, based off of our experience here, people, especially in New York, it's very busy. So make sure you secure your appointment within the same session, so that way, if we're following up, you know you're going to be seeing you in 2 weeks. Ideally, we do it in person, but obviously things happen. Our intakes are usually in person. We may make some exceptions sometimes, but if we do a virtual intake, we're likely not going to prescribe you any controlled substances, because we need to see what you look like. We need to have an idea of how you are, because oftentimes people that are on stimulants, people that are on benzodiazepine and other medications may be misdiagnosed, and you can miss a lot of things when you can't see the fidgeting, the movement, all the stuff when you're seeing somebody virtually. And that's a practice policy. We don't have to do this. The law kind of says we don't necessarily need to enforce in-person intakes. However, I found, and all my patients found, that being in person, we get a better understanding, you get an idea for the vibe for the team, and also you get to meet my dog. She comes up here, but she's usually pretty nice. Says good girl. And you get to play with Daz. And so she's a service animal. She can, if you're scared of dogs, let me know. If you have allergies, also let us know. If it is January, February, or just you go through a tough financial time, we get it. That's why we actually have probably the best deal in all of New York. Rebecca and Sandra are PAs that I personally trained since September. After they've already done their training and they've already worked as physician assistants, I've made sure to go over and train them in a way that follows my ethos and my protocols as Psychiatry in Motion, which is lifestyle first. That means we movement, nutrition, and sleep, as well as emotional intelligence, at the same time using the lowest medication doses possible for the highest and most potent effects if needed, right? And at the same time, when you come and tell us there's a difficult problem, we're not going to say, hey, this is medication first. We're going to go through this, and I'm always available, right? If you don't see me in session, don't fret. I'm always available. I'm either in the suite or I'm available via phone consultation or video consultation, and oftentimes I jump into it. If you're going through a difficult time, I'm going to be jumping into your sessions either in the beginning or near the end. So you'll always get to see me, and you can get sick of me. It's fine. So that's kind of the gist of it all. Welcome, Psychiatry in Motion. We're glad that you're here and you're on your way to feeling better. So we'll see you in session here in Williamsburg, and stay tuned, because we're going to take over this entire neighborhood, and we're going to take over all of Manhattan and hopefully most of the US, because we're going to be making it super fun and super awesome to actually get fit and also save you some money in the long run. But that's coming soon. See you guys.